It was a perfect weekend of racing. Perfect for this guy. And this guy. And oh, let's not forget about this guy. Plus info about MotoGP, WMX, and video from National Enduro. All that only on the Racer X Show. Hello to you. Good to have you with us on the Racer X Show. I'm Greg, fresh off of an airplane back from Hangtown in California, now right here in West Virginia, and pumped to be talking about some of the great racing from the weekend. So, let's do it.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Acerbis, Soul and Passion, and by Yoshimura, the leader in performance exhausts.
Okay, we'll start off with the motocross segment presented by Acerbis. Round one of the 2015 Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship kicked off to a near perfect day at Hangtown near Sacramento, California on Saturday, where those predicting that Geico Honda's Eli Tomac would do well were right. And those who dismissed reigning 250 champion Star Racing Yamaha's Jeremy Martin were oh so wrong. Here's Jason Wygant.
It's the kickoff to the 2015 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. It's the GoPro Hangtown Classic. Ryan Dungey, center of the screen, going to grab the whole shot. But then Tomac gets around him on the outside, and then all the way to the outside, Cole Seely. You might have just caught it on the left side of your screen. He hits the side of the racetrack, goes down hard, and Seely's race was over from there. Hopefully he's not injured too badly. Good battles throughout. Here's Justin Barcia, Brock Tickle. Tickle tries to make a move on the inside, comes up just short, making it happen. Then a little bit further on, Tomac runs into lap traffic just as he was pulling away. This allowed Ryan Dungey, who is in second, to close back in for a bit. Last 5 minutes of the race, though, Tomac really extended it, and he ends up winning by 22 seconds. So first shots fired at motocross this year. Eli Tomac grabs the win in the 450 motocross moto number one. Here are your results. Dungey, as mentioned, second. Anderson and Baggett took it right down to the line. Baggett was charging hard, but Anderson edges him out for that podium ride on the Rockstar KTM. And Porcel, excellent ride. He finishes up in fifth. Chad Reed on the green 22. Good start, but Tomac's just going to edge him out for the Motorsport.com Whole Shot Award. Reed on the Discount Tire 2-2 Kawasaki, who just struggled to stay in the top 10 today. Also struggling Ken Roxon with a bad back injury, but a much better performance for him in this second moto. He would eventually finish in fifth. He was 19th earlier today, so that's still a huge improvement for your champ, considering the injury. But there was simply no stopping Tomac, who would win by 1 minute and 31 seconds. That's one of the biggest victories, margins of victory I've ever seen in this 450 class. That's unreal. Here are your results. Pike able to fight his way past his teammate Barcia for third. Baggett sixth, Anderson seventh. I think that's going to be enough to put Anderson in the overall podium. Tickle, Metcalf, Noren in the top 10. Here's your overall here from Hangtown. Ryan Dungey second, Anderson third. Quite a few different leaders in this one. Justin Bogle had the Motorsport.com whole shot. Adam Cianciarulo gets to the inside of him and is able to take over the early lead. He hasn't raced in about 14 months, so an impressive return, at least early for him. But he would have to deal with some tremendous pressure. Then he goes down here, rolling around in the dust like a chinchilla trying to clean himself up in a dust bath as the leaders go by. Half of the race was his, and then the second half was theirs. Webb and Musquin going at it. Musquin had actually been dropped by Cianciarulo and Webb early, but then he just turned it on, catches him, makes the pass, and he was gone from there. Silky smooth, as Grant Langston likes to say. He wins the first moto of the year on the Red Bull KTM. Not seen in the highlight package. An impressive second place ride, by the way, from Jeremy Martin, who is running sixth, which was so-so early in this, and then charged all the way back to finish second ahead of Webb. Savaji solid in fourth, and Aldridge, that's a nice shot in the arm for him after a rough year in Supercross, finishing fifth. Martin, Rodriguez, Bogle, Cianciarulo in the top 9, and Plessinger will finish 10th. That's Martin and Webb's young rookie teammate. That's pretty good there. We'll show you how he won it with the Lucas Oil race recap. Cooper Webb, now see, he's on the 17, the blue bike. He gets stuck behind a down rider here, and then apparently would injure himself trying to come back through traffic. Here he is in the mechanics area, hurting, holding the ankle and leg. And he did have an ankle injury late in Supercross. I don't know if this is related. He did not get back into the race. He was third in the first moto earlier today. Jordan Smith was running third in the second moto, then a violent crash here. We'll show you another look at it, Grant. This one's pretty impressive that he was able to get back up.
Yep, that could have been a lot worse, but right here, Nelson and Bogle that was a violent crash right there.
Yeah.
As Bogle just wrong place, wrong time, gets slammed to the ground. I think Nelson said, sorry, man. You could tell it was unintentional. Bogle getting attention. He is sore.
Man,
hopefully it's okay.
Yeah.
But the day belonged to this guy. Defending champion Jeremy Martin came out, like he said, made a suspension change, went in the right direction, and a 2-1 for the overall. That is awesome for the reigning champ.
As you heard Georgia mention on the podium, they pay championship points per moto. So Martin and Musquin had mirror image results. They're tied at the points lead as we head to round number 2.
After the race in the press conference, 450 title contender Ryan Dungey told us not to panic. It's a new KTM, new series. Motorcycles for pro motocross need to be set up differently than Supercross. They'll get it, but be warned. Next weekend at Glen Helen, it's bumpier and nastier than Hangtown. Tomac, I think he's got the edge right now. You can catch all the great race action on TV live from Southern California. Catch the first motos on MAV TV at 5 to 7 p.m. East. Then switch over to NBCSN at 7 p.m. East until 9 o'clock. And the fourth round of the WMX Series happened Friday and Saturday at Hangtown. Series points leader Kylie Fosnock and Marissa Markeldin went 1-2 and 2-1, with Markeldin grabbing the overall on the tie. Disaster in the second moto for Australia's Mackenzie Tricker, 5th overall with a 5-12 finish. And that's our motocross segment presented by Acerbis. All right, now it's time for our road race segment presented by Yoshimura. Last weekend, road racing returned to Virginia International Raceway after a 5-year absence. And the Moto America Superbike Series finally had a dry weekend of racing, with the 4-time Superbike champ showing everyone the way around. After destroying his favorite brand new Yamaha R1 in practice on Saturday, Josh Hayes rebounded to log a perfect weekend at VIR when it mattered. The Monster Energy Graves Yamaha rider sat on pole position for round 3 of the 2015 Moto America AMA FIM North American Road Race Championship. Hayes had his head down from the get-go, and even a red flag shortened race 1 couldn't stop Hayes from gapping the field on the first lap. Hayes has won many races at VIR over the years and had the right combination to put all the pieces together. In the end, teammate Cameron Beaubier was second, 3.2 seconds adrift, with Yoshimura Suzuki's Roger Hayden on the box in third. Later that same day, race 2 brought the hottest temps seen all weekend. High temps mean warmer bodies and warmer race surface. And this would be the very first race that the Superbikes of Moto America would race full distance. Red flags and shortened races due to rain the culprit. But for Hayes, it was no problem. He jumped out to the lead by turn 1, never looked back. Hayes wins his 51st Superbike race. Hayden and Beaubier swap positions, with Cam noting every time he pushed to catch Hayden, he felt dizzy. The heat playing a role, no doubt.
I don't think we've had a race quite that consistent in a while as far as lap times go. So I'm having a lot of fun riding the motorcycle. I still don't feel 100%, but when I'm on the bike, I feel a lot better than I do in here, and things are going well on the machine.
But in the hunt for number 1, Cameron Beaubier still leads Hayes by 16. Next up in 2 weeks, the 4-mile dyno known as Road America. The 1-hour Moto America highlight show from VIR airs on CBS Sports Network Saturday, May 24th at 4 p.m. East, 1 p.m. Pacific. DVR that stuff. MotoGP stopped in France at the Le Mans circuit, where movie star Yamaha's Jorge Lorenzo doubled up on the year, beating points leader and teammate Valentino Rossi. Man, I love saying that. The defending champ Marc Marquez, he was locked in a battle with Ducati's Andrea Dovizioso for 4th and won. And props to American Nicky Hayden. The Kentucky kid won the open class battle to park his Honda in Parc Ferme after the race. Congratulations, Nicky. A quick look at the points has Lorenzo closing in on Rossi for the title, 15 the gap, 5 down, 13 to go. The other Road Race World Championship, World Superbike, airs on beIN Sport Network Sunday at 6 a.m. East from Donington Park in the UK. Often rain and always exciting racing. And that's our road race segment brought to you by Yoshimura. All right, how about a show of hands out there who likes racing? I mean, good, clean, fast, hard racing. I do. And at the fourth round of the Mountain Dew ATV Motocross National Championship from High Point Raceway, the ATV Stampede on Saturday afternoon was full of great racing. Hey, roll the video, Gloop. Coming into the race, it was number 1 plated Chad Wienen on the Wienen Motorsports Yamaha who was leading the points battle. Now, he's won 3 of these things, so he knows what he's doing. But close behind is Corrosion Specialties Hetrick Racing Honda's Joel Hetrick. And when Moto 1 got underway, Hetrick got a good launch. But it was Wienen who got to the SSI decal whole shot line first. As Wienen led, he took Hetrick along with him. And as the two battled back and forth for a few laps to the delight of the crowd, it was this final inside line pass by Hetrick. That was the move that defined the race. He would eventually take the win by 10 seconds over Wienen and close the champion chase to 1 point. On to Moto 2, where Wienen's good start off the line shot him out to an early lead, but Hetrick was in hot pursuit. Hetrick and Wienen started to fight for the number 1 spot. Back and forth they would go. And then, across the line at the end of lap 4, it was Hetrick. And for the rest of the 11-lap race, that is the way they'd be scored. Hetrick taking a season-high 6 moto win by 5.2 seconds over Wienen. The overall has Texas resident Thomas Brown with a solid 3-3 for 3rd overall. And that is good enough to keep him 3rd in points, but it's at the sharp end where things are interesting. 2-point lead for Hetrick. The next race at Ironman marks the halfway point. This is getting really good.
First lap made a mistake, I regrouped and got back on him and, put a hard charge, made a pass. Got the 1-1 today, got the points lead, I think by 2 points. So, I'm super happy to, pull this lead and be out in front. Hopefully we'll go to Indiana and keep the points lead and stay consistent.
Thanks, Joel. And looking at the Sunday Pro-Am class for ATV MX, Nick Janusa scored the overall. After a dry Moto 1, then some rain mudded things up all nice for Moto 2. Nick goes 3-2. And how about first-time podium finisher Nico Cavi, as he likes to be called, going 5, win for 2nd overall. Congratulations, Nico. I told you I love that racing, and you can check out ATV MX Round 1 from Echekani, that's Georgia, Saturday, May 23rd at 4:30 p.m. East on MAV TV Network. If you watched last week, then you know we had Factory FMF KTM's Caleb Russell on the show, and we spoke about GNCC, ISDE, Full Gas Enduro. What we didn't talk about was the fact that he's been racing in the 2015 Kenda National Enduro Series, leading the points, but winless. Well, not anymore. To Park Hills, Missouri for round 4 of the series, Russell came out of the gate hot as a firecracker, winning the first 2 special tests. Then NFAB Ampro Yamaha's Grant Baylor grabbed 6 seconds back on test number 3. On test 4 and 5, Caleb looked smooth as silk. As for his teammate Russell Bobbitt, in this section, well, that's all part of enduro racing. Although that section looks really awesome. In the final test, Baylor hipped Russell by 2 seconds, but it wasn't enough, as the father-to-be from North Carolina wins his first national enduro. Sipes coming off a GNCC podium grabbed 6th, but 37 seconds, the margin of victory for Russell, and here he is.
Yeah, finally got that first win today in enduros, and it feels good. It's it's been a long time coming this year. I've been close, and I feel like there's a few more that I could have won this year, and a couple or 1 or 2 that I was kind of borderline of getting on the podium.
Russell now leads the way with a solid 23 points in hand. Next stop, June 14th in Upton, New York. And speaking of off-road racing, you can catch more about the Kenda National Enduro Series on nepgshow.com. And on television, catch GNCC racing from Steel Creek Saturday, May 24th at 5:30 p.m. on NBC SN Network. And catch this weekend's races live, both ATV and bike, on racertv.com. Here's the race calendar. Get out and watch some pro motocross at Glen Helen and San Bernardino, California. AMA Pro Flat Track is at the famed Springfield Mile for the traditional Memorial Day weekend of racing. GNCC races up Masontown, West Virginia. And if you're in the UK for the weekend, stop by Donington Park for the always entertaining World Superbike action. New Yorker PJ Jacobson races in World Supersport, and he's 2nd in points, so go cheer him on. Have fun.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Acerbis, Soul and Passion, and by Yoshimura, the leader in performance exhausts.
Okay, time to get out of here. I'm heading back to California for round 2 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Series. I'll be on the microphone at the track. I hope to see you there. But for now, please share this show with everyone you love. We really appreciate it. Want to get the show out there as much as possible. But we're done for now. For the fine crew here at the Racer X Show and Racer TV, I'm Greg. And remember, we are all racing all the time.